Welcome back to a brand new PTCG live video. Today I'll be showcasing the single prize Chandelure with the newly released set Mega Evolution. So with that being said, let's get into the deck list. Let's see which new cards we'll be running. So we do have the 4 copies of the Litwick, the 3 Lampent, and the 3 Chandelure here. And this will be our main attacker, and we do have the ability Alluring Light, where once during your turn, you can have each player draw a card. So the ability is important, it does complement the attack, where we have Mind Ruler for the 1 fire energy with a 30x multiplier, and this attack will do 30 damage for each card in your opponent's hand. And then we do run the Dusknoir line here as well. We have the 3 Duskull, the 2 Dusclops with that Cursed Blast ability where we can knock out this Pokemon and give your opponent a prize card. And then we can put 50 damage on any one of their Pokemon. As well as we do have the 2 copies of the Dusknoir, exact same ability, except we get to put 130 damage on any one of your opponent's Pokemon. And then we do have a 1-1 line of the Rellor and Rabsca for that Spherical Shield ability. It will protect our bench Pokemon from damage as well as damage counters being placed on them. And then lastly, we have the 2 copies of the Budew here for some cheap item lock with the Itchy Pollen. We can do 10 base damage, and then during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards. And then moving on to our trainer cards, for our ace spec, we have the Prime Catcher. It's basically a double switch out, where you get to gust up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and then switch out your own active Pokemon. And then for our stadiums, we have the 1 copy of Artazon, where once during each player's turn, they can search out their deck for a basic Pokemon with no rule box and put it onto their bench. And then for our supporters, we run all 4 copies of Arven for searching out a item card and a tool card. The 1 Boss's Orders for gusting up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. The 2 copies of Dawn, where you can search out your deck for a basic Pokemon, a Stage 1, a Stage 2, and reveal them and put them all into your hand. The 3 copies of Iono for draw support as well as hand disruption. The 1 copy of Jacq, where you can search out your deck for 2 evolution Pokemon and put them into your hand. The 2 copies of the new Lillie's Determination from Mega Evolution, where you get to shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6 cards. And if you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, you get to draw 8 cards instead. So really good for the early game. And then lastly, with the 1 copy of the Professor's Research for some extra draw support. And then for our tool cards, with the 1 copy of Air Balloon, the retreat cost of the Pokemon this card is attached to will be 2 energies less. As well as we do have the 1 copy of the Brave Bangle. We can have this attached to our Chandelure, which doesn't have a rule box, and will be able to do 30 extra more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon EX. And then lastly, with the 1 copy of the TM Evolution, ideally we do want to go second on the first turn of the game to use this TM Evolution tool card to quickly evolve up 2 of our benched Pokemon in a single turn. And then lastly, for our energy cards with the 6 basic fire energies. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into some games here. So yeah, looks like our opponent won the coin toss. They decided to go second, had us go first, so really unfortunate. It looks like this is going to be pretty bad. And they got a lightning deck, probably. That builds up in 1 turn, most likely. Okay, it looks like there's going to be Dragapult actually, so let's see. We did get Lillie, so there's a small chance we can make this work, but we'd have to get Rare Candy, Chandelure off the Lillie. And then, even then, we should hopefully get a good amount of basics. If not, it's looking pretty bad. Yeah, they got double back-to-back Buddy Poffin, Luminous Energy. And they get their own Lillie's Determination. Talk about getting everything and plus more. Jamming Tower. Wow, another Fire Energy? Let's go Lillies. Yeah, that's not gonna do it at all. Okay, for some reason they just passed like that. See, they gust us for the Rellor. I don't know. They pass? There's no way they got nothing in their hand. Let's play Lilies because they'll draw way more cards with that. And then maybe we should go Prime Catcher. Get rid of their Dreepy, the 2 energy cards. And I feel like there's no point to go for a Luring Light. We basically are pretty well set up. So we get here, Iono. I'm really kind of surprised how many times they pass doing pretty much nothing. They get the Budew. Yeah, but it seems like they are pretty serious if they played boss. They definitely wanted to buy a turn. They gust us again for counter catcher. And let's use Dawn. The Lampent, and then let's go Rabsca, Chandelure, and maybe a Duskull. I'm still kind of surprised. Say, pick up another card, Budew. Ooh, they got Neo Upper Energy for the Dreepy. And yeah, that's pretty common way also to play Dragapult, at least currently. Ooh, another Gust for the Rabsca. Maybe they'll KO it this time. Hawlucha for the Flying Entry, which will connect because we only stop attacks. They use Iono. Looking pretty bad. Guess we'll just go for the Alluring Light. Ultra Ball. I can't play Ultra Ball either. Okay, they get Rare Candy Dragapult. Can we get the KO? Jamming Tower again. And they play the Lilies. So I think we only have one more Artazon in the deck. They get Dricloak. Hopefully the Rabsca will protect us from at least this Phantom Dive. Rare Candy Dusknoir. So we get Arven. And it feels like they might even go into another item lock, maybe, who knows. Yeah, they're definitely thinking this through. They are retreating out here. So I feel like we should be protective of the Spherical Shield for at least this one turn. A Night Stretcher, I guess the Duskull back. No, they get Fire Engine. So altogether, it would be 270, 300. I feel like it's not enough. Because we're doing 30 damage for each card in their hand. If we use the luring ability, it'll only be 2. It'll be 300. Yeah. Guess we'll just go Dusknoir. Get rid of it. If it only wasn't for that jamming tower, we wouldn't have to sacrifice the Dusknoir and we would have just KO'd them without it. And I guess let's use Alluring Light. Arven. All I know is that they can't use their Dusclops or their Dusknoir now. Like, they're kind of in a bind. Nippity. I'm gonna draw 3 cards. Yeah, if it just wasn't for that jamming tower, we wouldn't have to have even got rid of that Dusknoir. There's the Fire Energy, the Night Stretcher, the Dragapult. Yep, it's back from the discard. See, we still have our boss in the deck, but wow, I really doubt we'll find it though. The Ultra Ball. The Ultra Ball again. Yeah, they're just thinning out their hand as much as possible. Yeah, they go for Lillie's Determination. Yeah, we need that boss. We knock out the Duskull, not a big deal. Jeez, we're so close. Yeah, 270. If only we had one more Brave Bangle. Yeah, that was a really close game. All we needed was just that one Brave Bangle. If we only had one more copy. Okay, talking about a pretty bad draw. Like, really not a single supporter card when we run so many. We did win the coin toss. We decided to go second, had our opponent go first. They did take one mulligan. Looks like they're going to be Mega Venusaur, so they're not getting the best matchup for the typing. See, there's a Chikorita. Another bug catching set. Back to back. That's pretty good considering like you can't play supporter cards on your first turn. They're already finding tons of stuff here. Oh no, should we go for the Budew? I don't even know if we need the Duskull, honestly. Yeah, kind of bad that we wasted our Prime Catcher so early on, but we had a pretty bad start. Like, all we found was that Dawn trainer card. Toadschool. They Teal Dance again. So we know they have the Bayleaf already, so they can evolve up technically into probably Meganium even maybe this turn. No, they 2-row the Chikorita actually. Yeah, if we don't get Rare Candy, this is gonna be pretty bad. Let's see what we get. That is brutal. I don't know. I think maybe going into Budew again. Let's go item lock. Like, even though we have type advantage, we are just losing to bad draw here. Can't find anything. Like, no Lillies, Arven, just the one Dawn. And they get Toadscruel. There's Bulbasaur. Yeah, they knock us out. That's pretty bad. Iono. Yeah, we basically have to use Iono here. Because we got nothing. Nothing. Yeah, I feel like there's no point to use the Alluring Light, honestly. We do have type advantage. Just the only thing going for us at this point. Knock out Ogerpon. So now we're at tie game, 4-4. Yeah, there's Arven and Jacq, 2 supporters, just where we need them. They go into Bulbasaur. So now we can't use Counter Catcher for the Toedscruel, unfortunately. Let's see what they do here. I just can't believe how bad the draw was. Maybe it was the game did it on purpose, knowing that we have type advantage. Like, literally that one Dawn in the beginning, and then the Iono was the saving grace. They Teal Dance here. And they use Iono. Hopefully they don't KO us here. And at least the Toedscruel's not really crushing us all too much here. Because we just got one Fire Engine in this card that we potentially could need. But then we can always just Super Rod 3 cards when we find 3 cards in the discard that are worth getting back. Okay, they do pass here. Another Duskull. Yeah, I think we're gonna use Lilies here. I don't know, is there really any point of using the Alluring Light here? I don't think so. So we get Rare Candy. So I think this deck, we're running only one boss and one Counter Catcher, I believe, so it's not looking like we'll be able to use Counter Catcher anytime soon. They go into their Bayleaf. Yeah, they're probably going to concede even. What can they do? Max Rod. Okay, so I guess they're going to get their Ogerpon and the energy cards back, as well as the Bulbasaur. That's everything. Oh no, wait, they're a little yeah, they didn't get the Bulbasaur actually. The Ultra Ball, maybe this is gonna be for Meganium. No, looks like they picked up Ivysaur there. I don't know if they're gonna put Mega Venusaur into play here. Like, it's kind of a gamble because it's 3 prize cards, and if we gust it and KO it, they will just lose the game. They play Iono here. Yeah, let's see if they pass here. No, they just concede, actually. Okay, looks like they take a mulligan here. So yeah, we're doing the coin toss. Decided to go second. Had our opponent go first. And looks like they took one mulligan. Looks like we're in a good situation to use TM Evolution here. Another Arven. They open a Fezandipity. Because we got 2 Arven, a Fire Energy, basically got everything. We can get Buddy Poffin. Looks like it's going to be probably Gardevoir EX. Or, yeah, very likely. Rare Candy. Yeah, I'm gonna go one Duskull here since we do have 2 Litwicks in play. Get Dusclops and Lampent. Another Monkey Dory. So I feel like this deck doesn't do the best against other decks that have Monkey Dory because moving damage counters over to us they knock out so many of our low HP Pokemon so easily with Monkey Dory. Yeah, there's Ralts. And they go for Turbo Energize. I'm guessing 2 Dark Energies. 1 for each of the Monkey Dory. Yeah, they're not wasting time searching out Psychic Energies. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Iono here. We're up to 180. It's Buddy Poffin. Should we get the Rellor? I don't know, I feel like they're like our only chance. See, 2 prize cards. We get the Bangle and Lillies. Let's see what they do here. They got Monkey Dory in front. So what's that? 1 Psychic Energy so far in a discard. Another Ralts. Hopefully they don't KO us or our Rellor Artazon. Oh, they picked up Iron Bundle. They do use it, and maybe let's put the Litwick in front. They Super Rod the Pheasantipity and bundle back, so they're gonna Ultra Ball Pheasantipity, I guess, back into play here. Yeah, they discard a Ralts and Energy card for Pheasantipity. So if we can gust that up, be another easy 2 prize cards. Then go for Flip the Script. Earthen Vessel, so looks like they're gonna probably discard Psychic. No, they discard Curlia for 2 with Psychic Energy cards. Ooh, and I guess they will knock us out, I guess, with the Mind Bend. Kinda bad. Should maybe went into Dusclops, but who knows? Maybe they're gonna get guarded for this turn with the Secret Box, because it's not that tough. Yeah, they are going all out. They pick up Lillie's Determination. Did they play a supporter? No, they didn't even play a supporter card yet for this turn. They put Bravery Charm on Monkey Dory. They play Lillie's Determination. Earthen Vessel once again. For the last Psychic Energy in their deck. They got, what, 3, 5 in the discard? Probably 1 or 2 energies in their hand now. Ooh, there's the Screamtail. Yeah, they actually concede here. Well, those are all the games. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.